This new Halfsword update is supposed to add the most intense and most skilled weapon that you need. Oh shit, it's axes. It's gonna be axes, isn't it? We've got new axes, ladies and gentlemen. And by no means do we have a shortage of options either. Alright, let's start from the beginning. It was a regular night streaming when I noticed Halfsword finally got a major update. They added several changes to combat, several performance changes, new way to edit armor, weapons, and just several gameplay improvements. But there was only one thing I cared about. I wanted to see just what kind of damage these new axes could dish out. And I'll say I'm not disappointed. So I set out to push these new axes to their limit and see all the new stuff that they add for this major update. So, are these new axes enough to beat the Lord's tourney? Well, come with me and find out. As always, the full stream is on my Twitch, but if you want a shortened down version of it, it will be coming to the JJcourts channel. That being said, if you enjoy, make sure to hit all the buttons and show some support. It really does mean the most to me. And now we begin. After dealing with the pink screen disease, we simply skip as much time as possible to get the craft weapon.
Love it.
Guy. But while doing random missions, my hubris got the better of me.
Hit bridge submission. Ooh.
Wait. But there's a string.
I hear some shit through a wall.
I swear to
Bye.
God, if the fucking last
Get shit on.
view shows up...
While the first round went well, the second
You
round.
mean the oldest view?
Yeah, the oldest view.
Hang on.
Hey, he tried. Oh no! I won though.
Stores open yet?
I died like 5 minutes into the stream.
Let me just save my soul. Empty soul secret.
I will spare you the details, but I spent 20 minutes straight just cleaving through undead so I could climb my way out of hell. But the last guy got bisected, and I went to heaven.
Yeah, I thought I...
In case you were wondering, the updated armor allows you to fully customize all of your armor pieces. Well, I say fully, but it's still a limited selection right now. But I'm already running Max Baron, so I don't really need to do any of this. Remember how I died? Yeah, that means we get to do the box of gambling.
A box filled with wonders and magic.
Our first pool was a lottery ticket, which we won.
We won. I just won the lottery.
But you know, forces of entropy, so my game crashed. So on day 2, we just decided to record it. Alright, we have finally made it to build 1. Start with this head right here. Max that length out, and max out the mass for some hitting power. Bottom piece isn't super necessary, but I like weight, so I went for this one. Finally, slap some gold for weight and style, and there you have it. I call this beauty the Klevnor. When testing, you'll notice a few things. This thing absolutely destroys ass. While it struggles to cut sometimes, it's like if you applied the bleed status onto a blunt weapon. Even on armored opponents, it really doesn't matter with this thing. It'll knock them out, and if, God forbid, you touch some flesh on them, it's over. But I wasn't satisfied with this. I knew I could do better. So let me present to you the next weapon. Start with this head and go ahead and raise that mass all the way up. Maximum length, and of course maximum mass. You can adjust if you want the weight somewhere else though. Gold for weight and style, of course. I've dubbed this one the Kinrotan. One does not need skill to wield the Kinrotan. One must simply flail, and they will win. The main head of the weapon does insane blunt damage, but will also cut if it touches skin, as well as those spikes that like to go between armor. It's really hard to beat. It's like the hitting power of a mace, but even easier to control, and it has failsafes. It was so good it made my game crash. This weapon excels at breaking limbs and keeping enemies down, so you can just toss them away when you're done. Since we made this weapon so heavy, a well-placed shot can break a neck, securing instant wins. If your enemy has exposed skin, just God help them. The only weakness of the new axes is a range difference, so certain pole arms will outrange you, and with the exception of the Baron, they're pretty easy to get around, but just be wary because they can put you down before you can even hit them. Also, I forgot to mention it, but some heavy pommel, so you can do stuff like that. Whether naked or armored, most fights are going to end when you hit your opponent in the head. It either knocks him out, or we'll just cut their head clean off. It's up to you. Okay, third and final weapon, and this one might be the strongest yet. Take this head and make it as big as humanly possible. Put this end on it, and, you know, max out length, max out mass. You already know to put gold on that bitch, and we're done. I've dubbed this one the Gilded Eagle. Now, the Gilded Eagle is all about stopping power. All it takes is one, and they're done. The side effect of such a weapon, besides filling you with testosterone, is sometimes it just goes through armor. But there is one weakness I've yet to mention. All of these axes are two-handed and cannot be wielded with only one. So, say somebody breaks your arm, you're kind of just left out to die a gruesome death.
Alas, I am a pro gamer.
So, I beat them with my shield until that went blind. I led them through the logs, but they got nerfed or something, so they low-key didn't help at all. I listened to the sweet symphony of my character screaming non-stop. I bashed them with my mace, but I only had one hand, so low-key wasn't that effective. Even when all hope was lost, and I tried to give up, I didn't, and I decided I'd persevere to the end. And after like 6 minutes had passed, I decided something looked strange, and I'm glad I looked, because these were the settings I was playing on. No wonder they wouldn't fucking die. But then I was hit with the deadliest attack of all, boredom. So I quit. Finally, back to the Gilded Eagle review. This thing just absolutely slams. Even if you miss with the giant head, you can hit him with the back of the weapon and I'll still knock him out. And once they're down, you can just bully them. You don't even gotta try. They just sit there and take it. If I were to rank these weapons, number 1 would be the Gilded Eagle, then it'd be the Kinroton, then it'd be the Klevnor. Simply because the Gilded Eagle, while it doesn't have the kind of every use scenario that the Kinroton has, you don't need it to, because it just kills everything in one blow. And then the Kinroton, as we went through, it can stab through armor, it can beat things with a blunt side, and, you know, if you have any skin attached, well, sucks to be you. And the Klevnor is kinda not that good in comparison to the other axes, but it still gets the job done because, you know, big axe, heavy axe, kill everything. Now, in Halfsword there is one challenge that lets you know that your weapon is peak. I'm of course talking about the Lord's Tourney. A place where those who truly want to test their mettle become lords.
Holy shit.
So after killing probably just hundreds of people, like seriously, he's dead. You can stop. I was able to unlock the Lord's Tourney, but first preparations had to be made. I grabbed 2 mercenaries who would act as my right and left hand men, and we set off into the Lord's Tourney. Attempt 1. For attempt 1, the Gilded Eagle was my axe of choice, and this guy got absolutely destroyed because it got stuck in his abdomen. And I might have went a bit overboard with the double tap. The second guy was a lot meatier. He was able to take a lot of hits. But the weakness of all long arms is close range, so I changed my stance. And after a headshot, I thought I had him, but I guess I stepped on something. This left one of my legs completely broken, so I laid down like a good boy and I accepted defeat. But I would be back. On attempt 2, this guy didn't even try. Like, I genuinely don't even know how I kill. Oh, wait, no, I see it. Entering round 2, I have a close call when he gets a cheeky shot in on my head. After a lot of back and forth, I land a critical blow on him that knocks him over. And even after getting up, he's rendered unable to fight. But if anything, this motherfucker was durable as hell. But eventually, he fell. And I finished the job to make me feel better about the wasted 5 minutes. Moving into the 2v2s, things got a little better. I was able to basically immediately convince this guy to just give up. And his friend went down with a good old-fashioned neck snap. In the second 2v2, we all just kind of made a pile and started swinging, and his friend just gave up. I'm pretty sure he was fine, he just didn't want to get up and try. His friend went down to the AI, proving they truly weren't built for this. The 3v3 started well with another instant kill. This poor guy got jumped. If you look closely, you can see the fear in his eyes. And this last guy tried some voodoo bullshit to get up, but he went down really quick. The second 3v3 went a little bit worse. It devolved into a bunch of swinging and armor clashing. But I discovered a weak point. Their bottom right is exposed, so hitting that leg and going up into the torso is a very easy way to kill them. Or at least weaken them. I don't think I got a single kill this round, but we ended up just jumping this guy and he gave up. And then finally, it was time to face the Baron. I had a good feeling going into this, so I'll let you watch my inevitable victory.
That's not a victory at all.
So yes, attempt 2 ended with the Baron one-shotting us. But hey, attempt 3 will go better, I promise. I decided a new axe was needed, so the Kinroton was my weapon of choice this time. And as you can see, it worked pretty well. In fact, it worked so well, I easily breezed my way all the way back to the Baron. We started with a full clash, with 2 of them on the other side fighting, and the 4 of us over here on one giant, like, mosh pit. But I left this guy looking all submissive and shit, and knew now was the time to get the Baron. And luckily, I got a deadly hook on him, and it was over for him. Now it was a 3v1, so I chased this guy down like Jason Voorhees, and it was over. So yes, in conclusion, the axes are absolutely busted. In terms of challenge run I did, definitely easier than the other Halfsword Lord's Training Challenge run I did. Maybe a 4 out of 10 at most. But hey, since you made it to the end, first of all, thank you all so much for 140 subscribers. That is insane. I was below 100 like 2 weeks ago, and like it took so long to even get near that point, and to be this high in such a short amount of time is just incredible. If you enjoyed the video, hit the buttons and comment down below what other Halfsword things you'd like to see, challenge runs, weapon tutorials, or just some gameplay. And of course, hit all the buttons if you enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace!